I mean, this is a corrupt thing that goes on in this country.
Yeah, because the thing that struck me when I was researching this is not just that there are crooked capitalists, how it was possible for relatively modest sums of money to corrupt substantial parts of the medical profession.
Yeah.
You know, so for like $30,000, $40,000, I mean, not life-changing money. It turns out that your integrity isn't that expensive.
Right. I've seen this in real life. Anytime you've been sitting in a doctor's waiting room, very often you see someone come in, and that's the pharmaceutical rep.
Yes.
It's always a very attractive woman.
Yeah.
And she's, toting her little sample case behind her.
I mean, in my novel, there's a crooked opioid pharmaceutical entrepreneur who's based actually on a real person that I found out about. And he specifically employed only the most beautiful women he could find, many of whom he found in strip clubs, and so on, and sent them to doctors' offices to work their magic.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Welcome!
Before I even get started, I should dedicate this podcast, this particular episode, to anybody who lost somebody to fucking drugs of any kind. Really doesn't matter what kind or how. To anybody that is fucking fighting through an addiction to try to get out of the other side of it alive. This shit that I'm about to be talking about right here hits home for me pretty fucking hard. Not because I have an addiction, but in a way I think it's worse than that. Because of my medical issues, I have a fucking dependency, let's just call it what it is, on medication, because money has become more important than values. But that's not surprising. So not to undermine anything against any of you, but this is gonna be some heavy shit. I'm going to work in a theory into this, but I thought I should do this while I still have the fucking balls. Without mentioning any names, rest in peace to anybody that I knew that has passed away from similar issues. And this is gonna get heavy, man, so if you're not into me talking about something serious for a moment, you might want to skip this one out, because it's gonna get pretty fucking heavy, and it's gonna get personal, whether I wanted to or not. This is just the route that is gonna go down. So let me grab my sack and let's do this shit.
And action!
Alright. Well, I guess I picked a good day to do this, because I just got a phone call saying that the dog is fucking either throwing up or shitting blood. One of the two. Don't know which yet. Don't even know which dog, but it's probably ours. She's up there in age. The conversation is heading in the direction of, does she get put down, or does she come stay with us so she doesn't wind up turning on any of the kids? I mean, the younger dogs are already starting to fuck with her because they know she's weak. We already know that's how that goes. Nothing you could do about it. If she doesn't have a terminal illness that's going to make her suffer in the long run, then we'll switch her papers and we'll have her come and live with us until it's time to at least give her an attempt at having a peaceful life at the end. I mean, she fucking deserves that much. She's a good dog. But that's not the topic of what I wanted to talk about today. I went and picked up my prescription a couple of days ago. I had to go to the plug, my fucking Walgreens plug, because let's face it, that's what it is. It's a drug outlet. It's a goddamn drug outlet where you get discounts on designer drugs instead of going to an outlet and getting discounts on designer clothes. It's the same fucking deal. The only difference is
maybe the 9mm bullets will be in the gun, or maybe they'll be on your pizza.
because this type of drug dealer wears a white coat, they don't go to prison. We do. I could sell the same shit, go to jail. That's because you're not regulating it.
They sell drugs and commercials at the same time. Lock a motherfucker up for the same crime.
Or because it's a controlled substance or whatever. I don't know how they make the fucking rules, bro. The point is not to argue about how the drugs get where they're going yet. I pick up my prescription, and to my surprise, there's a little piece of paper in the bag with the pill bottle. So, I open it up, standing outside the pharmacy. I light up my fucking coffin nail, and I look at the paper, and it's a medication guide for Percocet. It's what I take. Now look, I don't like to talk about this. I don't like to talk about this because the second that you fucking mention a drug like this, automatically you're an abuser. You're an addict of some kind. And I'm not going to sit here and shit on people who have had addictions.
No one ever says, I want to be a junkie when I grow up.
In the past, I have looked at those people unfavorably, but that's only because they made my life harder. Somebody that would go to the hospital and fake an injury saying their back hurt or their mouth hurt or their whatever hurt made it more difficult for me to get treatment when I have legitimate medical fucking issues. That's where my beef was. But I've come to look past that and realize that this shit was gonna happen no matter what. But I'm looking at this paper, dude, and the second that I laid my eyeballs on it, I thought to myself, this is it. I have personally fought doing what I'm about to do right now for months. For embarrassment reasons, because I'm ashamed of it, and I can't imagine what I would be like if I had an addiction, dude, because I feel like talking about this is like I killed somebody, and I know I'm gonna lose some people. I know some people are not gonna look at me the same way after I say everything that I had to say, but you know what? It is what it is. I can't allow outside opinion to change the facts. I can't pretend to be somebody that I'm not, or go through something more pleasant because that pleases the crowd. I can't do that. We don't do that type of shit here. And if we did do that type of shit here, chances are you wouldn't be clicking that fucking button to listen to this. So, with all that out of the way, what this paper is, it starts off as describing what oxycodone and acmefetamine is. My apologies if I'm saying it wrong. Later on, we can dive into pronunciations and all that bullshit. But let's just take a look. You hear about the opioid epidemic everywhere. You can't look at a billboard, you can't turn on the television, listen to the radio, or a podcast 90% of the time without somebody having some type of experience with addiction. And to get a little ahead of myself, there's nothing that will change the way that you look at your life faster than having a conversation with a junkie. I'm just going to put that plain out there. Now, to explain to everybody who may be new here, if you don't know, if you're wondering, well, if you're not fucked up, then why do you talk like that? It's because I have cerebral palsy, multiple sclerosis. Let's just get it out of the fucking way. Alright? This is my fucking voice. If you don't like it, find something fucking else to listen to, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the fuck you want from me, dude. This is how I fucking talk. I don't, whatever. I don't have anything clever because I'm all emotional right now. I was gonna say I don't come to your job and slap the dicks out of your mouth, but that's hacky and it doesn't fit in what we're talking about. But so the introduction to this is oxycodone and acmefetamine is a strong prescription pain medication that contains an opioid narcotic that is used to manage pain severe enough to require an opioid. Well, maybe I shouldn't read this because I don't know what some of these words are. So we'll just skip over the ones that I don't know. And for which alternative treatments are inadequate when other pain treatments such as non-opioid pain medications do not treat your pain well enough for you to tolerate it. An opioid pain medicine... How does this sentence make sense? An opioid pain medication that can put you at risk for overdose and death. Even if you take your dose correctly as prescribed, you are at risk for addiction, abuse, and misuse that can lead to death. Well, thank you for that. Fucking, I don't know, 8 to 12 years too fucking late. However long I've been taking this shit for. Now look, I know pills are fucking dangerous, but there was no fucking weed program 8 years ago. And if there was, I didn't know I only got diagnosed with MS in fucking, like, 2014. That's, 2013, 2014, not that long ago. Cerebral palsy wasn't on the fucking menu, dude. I didn't have a choice. And you know how many doctors I've gone to be like, dude, I'm in fucking pain all the time. All the time. I can't do anything that a normal person can do. Do you understand what that's like? And they all look at me and they go, well, dude, you don't... CP doesn't cause pain, so we don't know what the fuck your problem is. And because you got state Medicare and Medicaid, we're not going to fucking look into it because we don't get paid enough. So go fuck yourself. Have fun with street drugs. And so I did. So I fucking did. Not proud of it. But I was using weed, dude. I mean, it wasn't crazy. I dabbled in the drug world. And when I say dabbled, I mean I fucking touched my big toe to the fucking water. And that was the end of that fucking journey.
Wiggle your big toe.
I've seen plenty. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of what side effects are. I've seen a lot of what drugs can do. Hence the reason why I've been very hesitant to jump into the fucking pool and swim around a little bit. But I have dabbled. So, what this is the reality of the fact that I may be already addicted and not even know it. You know how fucked up that is? I do everything right, man. I don't overtake it. I don't take it when I don't need to. I take it the way I'm supposed to. And yet I'm still fucked. So what do I do about this? What's the remedy? How do we fix this problem? Well, part of the problem is that before there was no alternative. I've been on a shit ton of drugs. A shit ton, dude. I'll just rattle off the list off the top of my head that I could fucking think of. Somas, Scalaxtins, Flexerol, Ultram, Darvocet, Vicodin, Percocet, Oxycontin, Naproxen is definitely on that list. And that's a non-narcotic, but it's like 8 times stronger than ibuprofen. Which ibuprofen should definitely be on there, even though it's not classified as like a drug. Is there any other big hitters that I'm forgetting? Roxicet, took that for a little bit. I'm not sure if I mentioned it later on, but also we gotta throw in Lexapro, we gotta throw in Seroquel, we gotta throw in Paxil CR, Ritalin, fucking the Z1 that I can't, Zoloft, and I know those are not painkillers, but it's still a heavy medication, along with Valium, Xanax, Klonopin, fucking all types of heavy shit. When I say I've been through the medical ringer, dude, I'm not bullshitting. And obviously I've had to take all these medications for a various amount of different reasons, and yes, they were all under the guidance of doctors. I didn't go hit the streets looking for this shit. All these things at one point or another were prescribed to me. I just want to put that out there before we continue. So, before I even get started into really the whole deal of why we're here, I should mention that I was started out on Oxycontin 80 milligrams for my pain. That was the first fucking pill they introduced to me through prescription. I used to go to the hospital at the ER at least once a month when the pain would get so fucking bad I couldn't handle it anymore. Like, on the floor in a fucking ball. If I had the balls, I would have fucking killed myself. Pain. I can't explain to you. It's been my entire life. Since I can fucking remember, I've had this pain in my legs, dude. Forever. When I was a kid, I had fucking braces like Forrest Gump, dude. This is no joke.
Congratulations. How do you feel?
I gotta pay.
Fast forward to about 16, and I'm going into a fucking laundromat in an apartment complex because, you know, ghetto, to go smoke a blunt with somebody, and I didn't see there was black ice on the concrete steps that I was walking down in the dead of fucking winter, and of course, I slipped on it and landed the small of my back right on the sharp edge of the fucking steps, dude. Congratulations to me. Now, I already got scoliosis. I was born with that shit. But now I got herniated discs on top of it. So this shit is excruciating. Like, it's bad, dude. So I go to the hospital. I mean, they distribute low-level drugs. They try with the Flexerol. That shit makes me feel like I want to die. Like, my stomach, it feels like there's a fucking terrorist trying to fucking blow something up in my fucking stomach, dude. The nausea is horrendous. And you know me, I don't do well with vomiting at all. Not even fucking close, dude. Not even close. I'll fucking punch somebody in the face for making a fucking gag noise, dude. I can't. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a mental illness. I don't know if it's OCD. I don't even know when it started. I just remember the first time ever being fucked up by it. There was this kid that used to live in the old neighborhood that fucking came over my house and he was sick like the cunt that he was, and he fucking threw up in the living room and I lost my shit. I guess I was never around it before then, or I don't have any memories of it bothering me. But as I think back on it, I can still remember it right now as I'm saying this. And I know I was in elementary school, so that should tell you where the fuck I land on that issue. But they started me. I mean, obviously, look, we have to start this shit from the beginning. Okay, if we're gonna go down the road of drugs, obviously, alcohol was the first thing I was introduced to. Because everybody coming up, I know a lot of you guys I don't know if you're older than me, if you're younger than me, so I'll lay it out flat. You know, when I was coming up in the 90s, everybody and their fucking stepmother had a liquor cabinet, dude. Everybody. It was the thing to have. So of course, when nobody's around, latchkey kids are gonna twist the cap and find out what all the fucking hype is about. From alcohol to cigars, Black and Milds to cigarettes. Didn't take to that right away. Fucking hated it. And then somebody, you know, I'm pretty sure I've always had the opportunity to do hard drugs, dude. I was just smart enough to know not to fuck with it. My rule was, like, how many doses do I gotta take to get fucked up? Because if it's more than one, I don't want no part of it, right? And that shit kind of worked for me for a while. Until, you know, weed came around. And I tried that shit, and it worked well. But it's illegal. Weed is illegal. Still. In New Jersey, as I sit here today. And this is going back fucking, I don't know, I'm 34 now. We're talking 15, 16 years old. So there was no, it was legal nowhere. It was legal fucking nowhere. Probably other than Alaska. So there was no option of getting caught with it or you were fucked. Completely fucked. It's a wrap for you. For your life. But either way, I did it as long as I could. And then I had the bright idea, you know, I don't have all this money to spend on weed. So, you know, what I could do is, hypothetically, I could buy some, sell some, and then keep the rest for myself to use. Right? Because, I mean, it helps. I can fucking just smoke the pain away. I know that sounds like an addictive thing to do, but I mean, I wasn't on stupid high 24 hours a day. I like to be a human being. I like to know that I can be fucking sober. Like, I don't have to have a commitment to getting fucking fucked up. I don't like that. I like to have the freedom to do what the fuck I want. And, you know, these pills take that away from me. Not that they get me high, but they take away my freedom. I live behind bars. All day, every day. It's just what it is. So, you know, obviously it didn't take long for me to get in trouble, get arrested, go to jail, pre-trial intervention, because it was my first charge. So then that's when shit had to get serious. Like, alright, well, I can't fuck around anymore. I got 3 years probation. I'm definitely not smoking weed anymore. What the fuck am I gonna do now? Well, I better go find a fucking doctor and hope they can help. So I did. I want to say, like, 2008, roughly about, is when I started. Maybe sooner than that. But, you know, the first prescription I ever had was for Oxycontin 80s. This is before opiates started making like a fucking real strong comeback, dude. Where this doctor was like, alright, listen, from what you're telling me, I know you're in pain all the time. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you some heavy fucking shit. Don't take this whole thing because it might be too much for you to handle. What you should do is take it, break it in half, take half of it, see how you feel. Okay, fine with me. So I go to the pharmacy, dude, and I drop the shit off, and I say to the lady, you know, when can I pick my shit up, whatever, because I'm like, you know, the doctor gave me oxycodone, and she said, no, he didn't, he gave you Oxycontin. I don't know what the fuck Oxycontin was, dude. I've heard of Percocet 5s. That's what I know at this point. You know, I wasn't around people that did fucking pills, dude. I was around people that drank and smoked pot. That's it. It was a
25 spec meter outer diameters. Huh? A square.
That's all the fuck I knew, bro. So, arguing with this fucking lady, and she's like, well, I could call the fucking doctor and tell him to change it if you want that instead. I'm like, look, just give me whatever the fucking guy gave me. Whatever it is, he's the doctor, he knows what the fuck's going on. So she gives me this shit, and they look like white wafers, almost. Like, because they're round. I've never seen anything like this. I'm like, well, they're fucking huge. I can't fucking swallow this. Oh, which, by the way, you know, this is going to be a long podcast. I might have to break it up into pieces because I realize I'm ranting. But for those of you, which is everybody, that don't know me, you don't know that I can't, for many, many years, I couldn't swallow fucking pills. unless they were extremely small. Everything had to be broken. Everything. And because I'm a fucking retard, and I didn't think, oh, you know, it would be a good idea if you were to go out and buy a fucking pill cutter, I decided, you know what, let me just fucking bite these cunts in half. Or in quarters, whatever, and I'll take it like that. Hence the reason why my fucking mouth is partially so fucked up. Because I didn't know this medication eats your body from the fucking inside out, but we'll get to that. So, you know, I take half of one of these fucking things, and I'm like, dude, I mean, it works for the pain, but my fucking stomach is killing me, bro. Like, this shit is way too strong. Maybe I'm allergic to it. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So I break it in quarters. Now, I do this probably for like 2 months. And every time I take it, I get extremely nauseous to where I have to lay down and put a bucket next to me. Not that anything is going to happen, because it usually didn't. It was just that fucking feeling of being in limbo, man, where it just won't go the fuck away. So I find a fucking asshole doctor, right? Because this guy was a fucking asshole, spoiler alert. I find this fucking guy. I still remember his name. Because of how odd it was. I'll give his first name, I'm not making this up. On everything I love in this world, his first name was Mandeep. No bullshit. Mandeep. Sounds like a fucking gay nightclub.
Oh my God, and yes, I see you.
And then, his last name, whatever. So he puts me on some bullshit medication. I don't even know what the fuck it's called, dude. But it was supposed to be a non-narcotic. I take it, hands, feet start swelling up, same issues, because when I tell him, doctor gave me Oxy 80s, guy almost had a fucking heart attack in his office. Like, dude, the fuck are you talking about? Somebody gave you Oxy 80s and you never fucking really took painkillers before, and that's what they gave you? Apparently, this is partially where the theory gets worked in, is this was common practice, man. Apparently, the drug companies that run these fucking opiates all over the world decided we're going to make a pill, Oxycontin, and we're giving it to all the doctors, and anybody that has pain, you give them this fucking pill. We want them on this.
There's no question that our best, strongest pain medicines are the opioids, but these are the same drugs that have a reputation for causing addiction and other terrible things. Now, in fact, the rate of addiction amongst pain patients who are treated by doctors is much less than 1%. They don't wear out, they go on working, they do not have serious medical side effects. And so these drugs, which I repeat are our best, strongest pain medications, should be used much more than they are for patients in pain.
Too strong for me. So eventually, now some people go the easy way. And they walk into a doctor's office, and the doctor says, oh, I'm so sorry for all the problems you're having. Let me write this little thing on a prescription pad here. Here you go, sweetie. You go ahead and take that to the pharmacy, and you get yourself all patched up, okay? I'll see you next month. The way I do things is a little bit more difficult. Not by choice, I should add. A little more difficult. And considering I was fucking born like this, like, what the fuck am I making up, motherfucker? Nothing drives me fucking crazier than when somebody wants to try to throw judgment on me. Like, you think I want this shit? Dude? No! I fucking don't. I live in hell every fucking day, dude. Why anybody would want to do this to themselves is fucking mind-blowing to me. It's fucking insanity. It's what pisses me off about mumble rap. When I hear these
I like dicks.
Screaming about and singing about, the Percocets and the Xannies, and go fuck yourself, bitch. You don't know nothing about that fucking life, dude.
Percocet, new one come. Percocets, 2 times. Percocet, new one come. can hear the Perkins coming. I can hear the Xanax coming.
You're having a good time. I'm living a fucking life or trying to live a fucking life. Fucking come at me with your bullshit, dude.
Smoking, saying to myself, this will not last. Looking at a bottle of pills, about to pop half. He's a funny ass nigga, I did not laugh. Bloodshed, tears fall.
See me in a fucking year when you can't get out of bed without eating one of those motherfuckers, and let's see how cool you are then, you stupid motherfucker. Oh, but it's all for the deal, right? It's all for the deal, right? Get another tattoo on your fucking face, cocksucker. Anyway, sorry. I get passionate about shit.
Sorry for yelling.
This motherfucker says, well, I don't believe you. I don't believe you're in pain. I said, bro, I don't give a fuck what you believe. And anybody that doesn't know, again, this is how the fuck I talk. I don't come on here and spin a fucking web for you and pretend to be somebody I'm not. If I'm saying to you, I said this to a doctor, believe me, I fucking said it. Guy says, I don't believe you. I said, bro, I don't give a fuck what you believe, dude. I know what the fuck my life is like. I said, you think it feels good for me to have to come in here as a fucking man and look another man in his fucking eye and say, I'm weak, I need fucking help? Do you think that feels good, bro? You think I want to be put on fucking drugs? I really don't. I could skip the fucking party, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I could smoke weed and get high. I don't want to get high off pills. I love marijuana. I love it. With both arms, I fucking hug it. I love everything about it. Except for the panic attacks when I smoke sativa, but that's a different pot. Motherfucker says, alright, we're going to... Wait a minute. I think I'm skipping ahead. Motherfucker. I don't even know where the fuck. I don't even know where I left off at. I really don't. Not that I'm saying anything groundbreaking, but still. So let me just fast forward through all the bullshit, right? Here's what I'm trying to say, man. Here's the fucking deal, dude. Every one of these fucks, they argue against it, or you're too young to be on it, but we're not gonna give you any other alternative, dude. And then what's fucked up is, spent majority of my life trying to work my way into a system that they've worked so that you can never get out of it. That's the fucking whole thing, dude. That's what makes you so mad about some of this shit. Like, okay, we got a weed program now. We're gonna make this shit so expensive that unless you're selling drugs, you can't afford to buy drugs. That's what's happening. That is what's fucking happening now. I can't even imagine the amount of people that probably... I'm not even gonna blow their fucking spot up, dude. Let's just say that it's not hard to see where the angles are. But that's the whole point, is these doctors fucking... They all say the same shit, but they give you no fucking choice while they want to sit there and fucking judge you, dude, and make you feel bad. Like, I'm supposed to want this, or I'm supposed to just deal with pain. I'm supposed to just every second of every fucking day, I'm supposed to just deal with it and never do nothing about it because you motherfucking retards don't want to work around nothing, dude. You know how much easier it would be? You throw a little bit of weed in with the fucking opiates, dude. You work the opiates slowly out of it, or at least so that when you can't afford one, you have the other as a fucking backup. I don't understand what the fucking big problem with that is. Oh, well, the two of the things are, they both give you a euphoric feeling. Bitch, I ain't got high off of these pills in fucking years, dude. Maybe, like, honestly, it's like the first fucking month that you have them, you feel a little bit, but I mean, I've been taking this shit for so long, and if you're not overtaking doses, dude, you're not really gonna feel much. So I don't understand euphoric feeling my dick, bro. Like, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. And I've had this feeling of guilt for a long time. Really long time. Whenever I see somebody that's addicted, or I talk about, like, dude, I can't I can't describe to you. Yes, I can. When they ask me to go somewhere, I literally have to decide how much pain do I want to be in doing it, and then the morning after. How much pain do I want to be in? Do I have the option to do whatever it takes to get the job done? Probably not. So I had to go, I can't. I had to skip out on a fucking chance to go to Universal Studios, a place I've never been to in my fucking life. Never. I've been to Florida a few times. I went to Disney once when I was a kid. But fuck that shit. Everybody knows Universal is where the fucking coolest shit happens, right? You would think. I've seen the commercials, dude. Fucking week before the trip, I have to fucking hit this motherfucker up and go, dude, I can't do it, man. If I do decide to go, I'll have to go a week without any of it and nothing for the pain at all. That's not happening. That's not happening. I can't do it. I need something to ease it, dude. I can't. What the alternative is curling up in a ball and crying until I fucking puke and then crying some more because I threw up. That's what it is. That's what it is. And the whole time wishing, praying to a God that I don't even believe in to give me the strength to fucking kill myself. How fucking crazy is that? That's the truth, dude. Bet you never thought it was gonna get that serious, but there it is. That's the God honest truth, dude. Maybe some people can deal with pain better than I can. I don't know. I'm not in their body, dude. All I can tell you is I wouldn't wish what I go through on anybody. Not never. No. Back to the pill shit. Before I jump into getting in on this paper, I only had 3 days left, 4 days left, maybe a week. I know the day we were leaving, the day we would have left is the day I ran out. And then I would be able to fill my prescription 2 days later, which is impossible to do because I would have been out of state. And prescriptions don't fucking just get transferred to one place to another in a different state. It's not how it works. Insurance don't cover it. It had to be out-of-pocket cost. Doctor's not sending it out of state. I already went over all of this because I thought about maybe we can save up the money and take a vacation one day. And if I don't have my meds, I could just fill them down there and it won't be a problem. They went, oh, no, you can't do that, sweetie. That's so cute that you thought you could, but you can't. You can't do that. What are you, fucking crazy? We need you strung out where we can see you. That's basically what you are. You're a fucking hoe, and I am a hoe, and they're my pimp. That's basically what it is. That's the relationship that we have. But somehow, stupidly, I convinced myself that these people give a fuck. I talk to them like they care. Like, I tried to tell them what was going on. Really. Honestly. What's the point? You don't give a fuck. Nothing I say to you fucking matters. All you care about is that I piss clean. My pills are the right amount they're supposed to be when you want to count them, and I'm available on call 24 hours a day whenever you decide to flex your pimp hand.
Oh, you think it's funny, bitch? This is pimping here. I've been on Wheel of Fortune, Prices Right. Oh, bitch, it's funny. Come on with it. Oh, boy, y'all rather piss off that crew than piss off powder. Oh, it's funny. Keep on laughing. Bring your face over here. Pay that shit.
That's it. That's all you give a fuck about. Nothing else. So it's fucked up. It's fucked up. You know, when I started going to this doctor, let me tell you a fucking tell you a fucking story, dude. This didn't help me, it actually hurt me. But I had nothing to do with it. I didn't know the doctor I was going to was selling prescriptions, which is pretty fucking funny considering the list of shit I got going on that I couldn't get any for a long time. Until I gave a speech to this motherfucker like I'm Mel Gibson in Braveheart and we're about to go to fucking war. So much so that when I was done, the motherfucker turned around and said to me, honestly, on everything I love in this world, you should get into politics. That's what the man said to me. Because I've never heard anybody that passionate about anything in my life. It would seem like the perfect fit for you. He said until like a month in and they kick you out because, you know, you don't play, but you say what you feel. You can't do that. Motherfucker was selling drugs. I had suspicions. Anybody, look, if you're not a fucking retard, or even if you am, even if you am,
He's looking at you, kid.
even if you am a retard, like I am, when you sit in a doctor's office and you see that person walk in and they go to the desk and they're like, here for the appointment? Okay. Slip you that money. All right. Nobody saw that. All right. Let's walk in the back over here real quick. What are you here for? Oh, it's you. Okay. Here. The fuck out of here. Meanwhile, I gotta go in there and make a speech in the fucking gallows, hoping that the executioner is gonna fucking spare me, right? So the DEA apparently catches up to this man.
Oh my God!
At one point, they catch up to him because it's time for the appointment. So I go in, and there's no doctor to be found. He's just gone. Swear. Lady working the joint says he was here this morning. He said he was going out on lunch and never came back.
Bye, Felicia.
So I don't know what to do. I guess all the appointments are canceled until we can get somebody to cover his place. Then they find out DEA is involved and all that shit. Apparently nobody knew what was going on other than him. Because everybody else was like, I don't want to know nothing. I don't know shit. But I don't know how it all works, so it doesn't matter. But new doctor rolls in, and like a politician, every time they change sides, the fucking diplomacy changes. We're opting out of prescribing painkillers to certain people, meaning me. Because they still do prescribe painkillers to some people. I don't know what the fuck that's about. I don't ask questions. All I know is I'm fucked now. I'm completely fucked now. Now I don't know what I'm going to do. So I got to call around. Find a new dealer. And I come across one. I had a prescription. Had a particularly bad time. I can't control when the flare-ups come. They come when they come, whatever. So I go into the doctor. It's been a week since I take a fucking pill. Thank fucking whoever. I'm not throwing up. I don't have the shakes. I'm just in a lot of fucking pain. Areas of my body I didn't know could hurt are hurting. And people are telling me, it's because you're withdrawing, dude. You've been on these pills for years, and now you just suddenly stopped, and your body is not used to that. You're withdrawing. Lucky for you, it's not worse. Cool. So I go to the doctor, and they're like, all right, well, before we're going to prescribe you anything, you got to piss in this cup.
No, seriously, come on, do it. Do it.
Shit. Give it to me. Me being fucking smart, thinking I am, pee in the cup. They call me back. They say, Turns out you had morphine in your system.
Will you stop with that?
The fuck I do. Bitch, I've had morphine before. Let me tell you something. I hate morphine. I fucking hate morphine. They gave it to me once in a hospital. No bullshit. My arm was stuck up in the fucking air like this. I didn't even know. I was watching a fucking football game. I felt the lady put it in the fucking IV. And the next thing I know, they're like, dude, what are you doing with your arm?
Ball is placed down from 63 yards out. It is good.
And I'm like, oh, fuck. I guess that's happening. And the lady's like, yeah, it's normal. That doesn't seem normal. I don't like morphine. Makes me nauseous. It makes my fucking head hot on the outside. And, you know, that drippy feeling in the back of your head. I don't like that. I don't like that. Too much. I didn't have morphine. They tell me I had more. If I took morphine, bro, I would tell you I took morphine. I didn't. I haven't had a fucking pill in a week. I go, you're not going to tell me what the fuck I'm putting in my own body. Guy says, all right, fucking whatever you want to argue about, that's fine, but you're not getting anything until you come back in here and you piss clean. So 2 weeks, come back. If you piss dirty again, we're not prescribing you shit. Your piss better be clean. I don't let shit go. So I decided to go to the pharmacy and I say, hey man, y'all know I had a prescription for painkillers. Yeah. Well, can I ask you something? If I were to be drug tested after a week of not taking them, would that come up as anything specific in my system? The pharmacist, without missing a fucking beat, looks up and he goes, morphine. Boom, headshot. Because it's all made from the same shit. So when you have low trace amounts of oxycodone in your system, it's gonna pop as morphine on a drug test, but the doctor should know that. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. He has me come back in 2 weeks. I piss clean, tell him to go fuck himself. As soon as, I wasn't even waiting. As soon as I grabbed that cup, I said, you're gonna look like a fucking idiot in 2 seconds. Went, pissed, came back. I said, I fucking dare you to tell me that shit's dirty. I fucking dare you to. You ain't gonna find shit in there. Sure enough, it wasn't. He was like, well, I just want to let you know. I just want to let you know. Doesn't matter what's in your head. Doesn't matter what's in your heart. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow.
Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But soon and for the rest of your life. Someday you'll understand.
But you're going to get fucking addicted. It's going to happen. Whether you want it to or not, doesn't matter. And at the time, I was taking clozapam, prescribed Soma, and obviously the painkillers from these people now. And he's like, I want to tell you that what you're taking is a speedball to addiction, because that's where you're gonna end up. Drop the Klonopin, at least, if not the muscle relaxers too. Drop that shit. Drop the muscle relaxers, yeah, no problem. Let me have marijuana, and then you can lower my pill intake as well, hopefully. I mean, come on, dude, only makes fucking sense. How much more mangled does somebody have to fucking be, dude? I really hope none of their children are ever born with what the fuck I have to deal with, so they don't have to have a front row fucking seat to what the fuck pain looks like. Because I gotta tell you something, dude, a lot like fucking envy, it's goddamn ugly. But, I mean, he didn't know this. I wasn't taking it anyway. I wasn't taking it for a while because I don't know what the fuck it is about prescription drugs. The benzos, I think they're called. They make my fucking legs hurt. Like the regular pain that I feel when I take a Valium, a Xanax, a Klonopin, when I get up in the morning, I feel that pain 10 times worse. Which I've been on all that shit. You know, we can get to that another day, I guess. You know, bad anxiety problems. Pretty sure I had a fucking mental breakdown at one point between, you know, being arrested and everything else that was going on in my life at the time, dude. It was not good news. But so now I'm going to these motherfuckers. Every time I walk in the office, they want to bitch about how I'm taking pills, but they want to dose me up with steroids. They want to stick needles in my body and inject me with fucking roids. Fuck you. Not happening. You won't let me have a plant that grows in the ground, but you want to stick a needle in me? Go fuck yourself. No fucking way, dude. Not happening. Not happening. I'll go back to buying weed off the street before you stick a needle in my fucking body, I promise you. And I'll be smarter about it this time because I'm not going to be fucking selling it. But whatever. Now there's a fucking medical weed program. But the whole point of me doing this was I got this fucking paper in the mail. In my fucking prescription. It says benzodiazepines. That's what it's called. Taking oxycodone with other opioid medicines, benzodiazepines, alcohol, or other central nervous system depressants, including street drugs, can cause severe drowsiness, decreased awareness, breathing problems, coma, or death. Never give anyone else your shit. They could die from taking it. Store it away from children in a safe place. Selling or giving away your pills against the law. Do not take if severe asthma, trouble breathing, lung problems. I have asthma, wouldn't necessarily say it's severe. Bowel blockage, narrowing of the stomach or intestines. I don't think I have that. Known hypersensitivity to oxycodone. No. Before taking oxycodone, tell your healthcare provider if you have a history of head injury or seizure. Well, I do have a history of head injuries. If I get one more concussion, I'm probably going to be brain dead. I had a doctor tell me that because of how many fucking times I've been beat up, tripped, fell, all kinds of shit. Liver, kidney, or thyroid problems. I'm literally taking thyroid medication right now for my fucking thyroid, dude. And apparently, the reason why this is listed on here is because the painkiller cancels out the thyroid medication, which is why I'm on such a high dose of the thyroid pill. Problems urinating. I got retention. We already know that. Pancreas or gallbladder problems. I don't have that. Abuse of street or prescription drugs, alcohol addiction, mental health problems, bipolar, manic depressant, and I would not qualify using marijuana as abusing street drugs, but I'm not a fucking doctor. When you say abusing street drugs to me, that means you're doing cocaine, heroin, ecstasy, bath salts, angel dust, shit like that. That's street drugs. Don't change your dose. Use the lowest dose possible for the shortest time needed. Years later, here I am. I'm fucked. Reading down this list, I am fucked. There's no fucking way this shit hasn't fucked me. No way. Like I said, I was talking to a kid. We were just in conversation. I was downstairs having a cigarette. And he was like, yeah, dude, what's going on, dude? And we started talking. And, it's not a secret. I have problems. People are going to ask. I appreciate that. I would rather you talk to me than assume, because I can set the record straight. I promise you. I know what's wrong with me. So we get to talking about shit, and medication comes up. He's like, dude, I know you're taking that shit, bro. I'm like, yeah, I'm not happy about it. I'm not. I'm like, it makes me really nervous to take it, especially with all this shit that has been happening lately of everybody getting addicted and stuff like that. And he was like, well, dude, I used to be a fucking heroin addict. And I started with pills. I got some teeth pulled, got some fucking perks for it, which is ridiculous. Perks don't work for me with tooth pain. Has to be Vicodin. Only Vicodin, and that's it. I don't know why. I don't know if the two drugs do two different things, but I can eat 5 Percocets at once and nothing is happening in my mouth. Absolutely nothing. It's fucking crazy. Well, I don't know. 5. That seems like a lot. I've taken 20 milligrams at once and it didn't do shit. Nothing at all. Which is when I fought for Vicodin for the fucking week. It's a whole nother fucking story. So this dude's like, I started on the pills, and then I discovered after I went broke all the time spending money on fucking pills, dude, until I discovered heroin, and then I figured out that I can get the same high for $4 that I could get for $25. So why the fuck wouldn't I do that? And I was like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Financially, it makes sense. He's like, dude, I'm telling you, bro, you have problems. This is what he said to me. You have problems. So when I talk to you about this shit, it's different. When I was taking it, I wasn't in pain. I just wanted it because I wanted to have a good time. I was wild. You have a reason for taking it, but that's also bad because now you're dependent on it. He's like, dude, trust me. You're fucked, bro. You really should go to your doctor and be like, I don't want to depend solely on pills because, this shit's going to kill you. I've thought about this heavily for a long time. The issue is not being able to fucking afford the weed. But if it's as good as people say that it is, maybe I won't need a lot. But I have to find out. So I'm getting switched. My doctor's getting switched again this month. They're sending me to somebody else. I gotta find out if I can go to at least a consultation with a weed doctor and find out if I'm better staying where I'm at or if it's worth it. If I can pull it off financially. I have to find out. Because, dude, I can look at the difference. You wouldn't recognize me if you seen pictures of me from a few years ago. You wouldn't recognize me, dude. I look like a different person. And that's not even abuse. Can you imagine? You imagine what it would be like if I was abusing it? I can't even fucking... That shit makes me feel worse, almost. Like, I'm not abusing it and this is what my life is like. What the fuck would it be like if I had an addiction, dude? I mean, maybe I fucking do, but not in the sense that, like, I don't take 3 of these motherfuckers in one shot. The dose gets worked through the day when I need it. But that doesn't mean there's not a fucking dependency. So, I don't know, man. All this shit, it really makes me think about how the pharmaceutical companies push this shit out and they didn't give a fuck. Now everybody's crying about a fucking opioid epidemic and they're all moving slower than turtle shit, giving motherfuckers an alternative. Oh, well, you could use pot as an alternative, but you have to be a fucking junkie to qualify for that. Or my fucking doctor's office should be ashamed of themselves. You can only have one or the other. You can't have both. Why? If it's gonna help me, let me fucking try it at least. See what the combination is like. I haven't had, like, recent medical weed. I have no idea what I'm in for. Maybe it works better than the fucking pills. I don't know. All I know is I won't be able to afford a lot of it. But I also know that I can't stay on the fucking pills either. Because one way or another, I'm gonna fucking die. I've already had kidney stones twice. All my fucking top teeth are gone from having to chew fucking the pills in half. I told you that already. I feel like they had to have seen this coming. I know I'm supposed to work a conspiracy theory in here somewhere, but at this point, I don't even think it's a fucking conspiracy. It just happens to be the truth. They push these fucking drugs. They have the whole system locked down. You want it from a drug dealer perspective? I'm not a drug dealer, but here's how it would go if I was. I own a large company. We sell a variety of fucking opioids, right? First, we gotta get these motherfuckers hooked. Wait for something to happen. Fall downstairs, car accident, whatever it is. Gotcha. Got them. Now they're on them. We only need them on for a certain amount of time. I don't know what the fucking... how long it's... I'm afraid to do this right now. I can't look it up. I'm too scared, I'll be honest with you. I'm too afraid. I don't want to know how long it takes your body to get fucking dependent. Because that's all I'm going to think about. And to think that I used to feel bad about smoking weed. Honestly. But it was illegal then. There was a stigma against it. But it helped. I was at least comfortable. That's all I want. But, okay, so we got them hooked. But now they want to get off the ride. We need them to keep going. If they get clean, our fucking shit is over. Maybe a handful of you in this organization own rehab centers. Let's just face facts. I'm sure that's a given, right? So now what do? Well, we gotta invent the drugs to get them clean, which are also fucking addictive, by the way. Methadone, Suboxone, Subutex. No matter which route you want to go, we got you, motherfucker. So, if you want to go from... And do you believe the doctor actually tried to prescribe me methadone, this fucking retard? Which, apparently, methadone is more addictive than fucking heroin. So, good job there. So, you go from pills to something worse. Now you gotta work yourself down. Well, you gotta go to fucking Suboxone. Suboxone is the opiate blocker. And then when they can trust you, you work yourself off of Suboxone onto the Subutex, which I'm pretty sure doesn't have an opiate blocker, but it does the same shit the other shit does. So through the whole system, they have you locked down. Ain't that a bitch? But those people don't go to prison. They just pay a fine. They pay a fucking fine. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm fucking over here worrying about life. How I'm not living life. Do you know, what made me come in here was I started thinking, I'm 34 years old. The doctor told me that if I'm lucky, I've never been lucky with anything. If I'm lucky, at 50, I'll need a wheelchair. I'm already 34. Then I start thinking about all this shit that I'm missing out on because I don't have enough pills to get through the day. Which is fucked. Because I'm not even overtaking them. Again, I have to stress, I cannot even imagine what living a life that consisted of needing a pill every fucking hour would be like. I cannot even fucking imagine. I can't imagine what that must be like. It has to be a fucking nightmare. I've seen it. One of my best fucking friends. I love this cocksucker. I really do. Me and him don't even really talk anymore. But that's probably because we're from two different worlds. You know, he had a problem with drugs. I'm on drugs. I'm sure it's not easy for him to be around me when he can see that my eyes are fucking pinned. Again, even though I'm not fucked up on them, I'm sure for somebody, that would be like you hanging out with a bunch of people if you were an alcoholic at a barbecue around people who were drinking beer. It's not that you resent them for doing that. You want them to have a good time, but it does make it a little bit harder for you to be around that, right? I would imagine. I would think. It's like smoking cigarettes when everybody around you smokes and you want to quit. Trust me, I know. It's hard. But, you know, he had a serious addiction. I don't know how the fuck he made it out alive. But I'm glad that he did. 8 Oxy 80s a fucking day. Let me say that to you again. 8 Oxy 80s a fucking day. Do you know how many milligrams that is? That's 640 fucking milligrams on a light day. Those are the ones that I saw. I don't know how many more he could have been taking. But I stuck with him through that, dude, because I love that motherfucker. And I don't want to... Every day, I try to talk to him and be like, dude, while I have my own prescription in my pocket, I have to look at somebody who's struggling with a fucking problem and go, dude, come on, man. Maybe one less today. Maybe don't. Like, I don't want to see... I don't want to bury you, dude. I don't want to bury you, dude. I really don't. You're better than this. You can get out of this shit. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it the fuck out. Some fucking how we'll figure it out, dude. I don't know how, but we'll fucking do it. You know, and he's like, dude, look, this is what it is, man. I'm doing it. I'm dependent on it now. It got to the point where he wasn't really even getting high anymore. It was just to avoid the sickness. Like, I have to take this amount just not to feel sick. And like, it's hard to watch somebody that you love and you care about go through shit like that, dude. It really fucking is. But yet here I sit fucking still taking fucking medicine. Like, all this shit that I've seen doesn't matter. But all this shit that I've seen isn't gonna put more money in my pocket, though, dude. That's the problem. What the fuck are you supposed to do? And I feel bad to keep circling it back to me, but, you know, I don't know any other story but mine, so I'm sorry if I come off selfish. But the fucking dude, to his credit, he got clean. And what got him clean was he was about to go as far down the road as you could go. When you're eating pills, bro, there's one stop left. And we all know where that's at. Right on the fucking edge of about to be doing something that he wouldn't be able to fucking change.
Take one hit and slide off to the land of H.
He happened to catch a fucking look at himself in a mirror. And he said he thought, like, dude, what the fuck would my mom think if she saw me doing this shit right now? It would break her fucking heart. And that's when he decided, though, like, I gotta clean my shit up. I gotta do it. And he did it. And if we never talk again, You know, it doesn't matter. I'm proud of him. That I'm sure it's a fucking everyday struggle. And the motherfucker quit cigarettes too. Stronger than me. I need to get my life together. I don't know how many more years that I have. Do I really want to fucking spend the rest of my life? I've seen where the road that I'm going ends. And it's not good. But no matter what I do, I feel like it's gonna be bad. If I switch and I smoke weed every day, then I'm a fucking pothead. If I take medication, then I'm a fucking pill popper. Like, you can't win. Like, there is no opting out of this for me. See, this is why I didn't want to fucking do this stupid podcast, because I knew I was gonna get fucking emotional. Every time I've tried to do it, I get emotional about it, dude. You can't tell your fucking doctor that. The fuck are you supposed to say? Yeah, man, like, you know, the pills do kind of help. They help. They're a lot better than not having anything. But it's not enough, dude. There's still other pain that's not being addressed. That shit needs to be addressed. When I was just in there, just a little while ago, this lady is telling me about how my fucking joints are probably deteriorating, but let's not fucking address that, right? Here, just take your script and keep going. But what do I expect from these people? They get paid to do one thing and then scribble fucking a signature on a paper, right? Am I asking for too much from a healthcare provider? I don't know. This feels like, the fuck is that place? This feels like Stockholm Syndrome. Like I'm sympathizing with them. Even though they have the power to change the situation, they choose not to. I don't know, man. Maybe this was a fucking mistake. Maybe I shouldn't have did this. I mean, I think about this shit every day, dude. Which is why, you know, I used to get so mad and people would tell me that I was fucked up. Like, it's fucking hilarious that, you know, that's what you think. Whatever. People are gonna be ignorant. I wish I could be fixed. I really do. I wish there was something, like a button that you could press that could fucking fix all this shit. But it's always gonna be, it's always just gonna be manageable. That's all it's ever gonna be, dude. Is manageable. It's never gonna be great. It's either gonna be, okay, today's not that bad, or it's really bad. Those are the two speeds. That's it. So, you know, like, I don't understand. Coming off like such a bitch right now. It's unbelievable. You fairy! I don't understand how some of you motherfuckers can. You promote this fucking shit like it's a fucking fun time, dude. It's really not, though. Not when you're not here by choice. Maybe because it's your choice to get fucked up. You know, that's what you like. That's what you enjoy. Nothing fun about it for me. So anyway, I mean, look, this is a horrible fucking. I'm sorry. I took this shit all over the fucking place. I wanted to talk about how I was I'm on the, you know, I'm seeing all these people speed past that are just gonna crash and burn, and I'm just cruising at a regular speed, thinking that I'm okay, not realizing that I'm probably worse off than that other person. Because that person could wake up and go, shit, I could change. Or I could try to change. Hopefully they do. Look, if you're on this shit and you don't have legit problems, dude, get the fuck from somebody that don't really have many options. And I know you can all say, well, you could just suck it up and take the pain. No, the fuck I can't. That's not life, dude. When a fucking dog gets old and can't walk around anymore, we euthanize it. What the fuck kind of life would it be for me to shuffle around with every part of me hurting in some capacity or another? Snapping on people when they don't deserve it. What kind of fucking life is that? That's living to you? Although I wouldn't expect you to get it. Anybody that would say that, you wouldn't understand.
I figured you wouldn't understand.
The same way that the politicians and the doctors, they don't give a fuck because they don't have to go through it. They don't have to live it. They don't have to live it. It's so much easier to judge when you're on the outside of it. But seriously, not that I'm gonna change anybody's fucking life, dude, but if you're on this shit for the fuck of it, get off of it. You can do it, man. I know I'm a fucking hypocrite because I'm sitting here saying that I can't. But, you know, the situations are different. If I could afford the weed, I would drop the pills and, you know, smoke weed until my lungs collapse. I mean, I've even thought about, you know, edibles, CBD, just to even try to cut back on smoking altogether. Try to do that maybe, see if it works. If you can believe it, looking through different options of CBD, it actually costs more money to not get fucking high than it does to get high. Weed costs less money than CBD. And look, don't get me fucked up. Like, I get it. I know that it's more of a process to take the THC out of the buds. I fucking get it, bro. But come on, man. Can you make it any fucking harder for me to need to pass a goddamn drug test? What the fuck, man? God damn it. Like, motherfuckers just don't get it, dude. Y'all don't understand, like, how infuriating that is, dude. Like, I'm sitting here trying to do the right fucking thing, and you want me to pay double the price of a bag of weed for a bag that ain't gonna get me fucked? Get the fuck out of here, dude. I don't know what kind of fucking sucker you take me for, dude. Listen, I may have been born last night. How's it go? What did Paul Mooney say? I may have been born yesterday, but I stayed up all night, motherfucker. Goddamn right. But don't let this shit take you down, dude. I've seen too many people fucking die from this shit. Starts with the pills, and then you're into the fucking heroin, or who the fuck knows what else. Don't destroy your life, man. Even if it doesn't feel like life is worth living right this second. Sometimes it takes a while for something good to come back around. But eventually it will. It has to. Even if it's for... Too many people are... If I can give you anything, you don't always have to focus on the big picture, man. Sometimes the things that make me happy, maybe this will work for you, maybe it won't. The small victories, the small shit in life. You know, look forward to shit like that. Because if you're only always focused on the big picture, it's easy to get lost and wrapped up in it. So, look, you know what? I mean, I guess, in a way, while this isn't the conspiracy episode I wanted it to be, this is almost like a display case of the side effects of what happens when a prophet is taken over a person. And I don't know if weed would make it all better, but at least it won't fucking kill you in the process of using it. You never heard of somebody smoking 2 joints and fucking overdosing on weed. They might have thought they were fucking ODing. panic attacking, thinking they have a heart attack, you know, whatever. But you gotta be responsible with that shit too. Look, I'm sorry, man. I shouldn't even put this shit out. I really shouldn't. It's probably way too personal, but probably going to anyway. I don't really know. I'm too personally invested in all of this to talk about it in any other way. For that, you know, I'm probably not the right person for the job to do it. So this could be somebody else's conspiracy theory to take. I mean, this is why I'm so passionate about the shit that I'm passionate about. But either way, I gotta get out of here. I gotta fucking go and do something. I don't know what this is gonna be, where it's gonna end up. We'll figure it out. In the event that this gets released, if you're still here, I'll catch you next week. What a fucking bummer that is, huh? Jesus, man, let's fucking lighten it up a little bit. Fuck. Way to ruin everybody's fucking day, evening, or whatever it is they're doing. Holy shit. Anyway, so while I have you all here, if you're still here, I need to get my plugs in, obviously. As you should already know, this podcast, Life in the Birds, comes out every Saturday, and I promise you it is not this sad. It's usually attempting to be funny. With that being said, find it on Spotify, iTunes, Anchor. Check your local podcast listings, bro. I'm sure it's there. It's on 11 different platforms. If it's not there, hit me up and I'll do what I can to get it there. Continuing on, I got an Instagram page, YT Jack of #1 Trade, where there's clips whenever that go out that I put out, and I also have a Twitter page at Laughing Birds. And if you were not aware, there's also a YouTube page which has more content than you probably would care for or have the time to watch, but check that shit out. It's got everything on there, old reactions, every episode of the fucking podcast is on there, ramblings on about absolutely nothing, me making an ass out of myself. It's a great place. Not to mention, you know, I mean, whatever, man. This is where shit gets worked out, so this is what it is. So make sure to follow on the Instagram page, follow on the Twitter page. Most importantly, rate the podcast on your platform. Leave a comment if you enjoy it. Tell me to go fuck myself, whatever. Either way, it'll make it more visible for other people to see it, which in turn will help get the motherfucking word out. So before I depart, that's no good. Fuck me. That will get the word out and back to the bummy shit, I guess. Look, I promise you next week is gonna be a lot more fun. The last comment I want to make on this shit is about fear. I don't know where this is going. If it's even going up, I have to really think about it and decide. But they make you sign a contract when you go into a pain management doctor's office that says you only see them specifically. You can't go to any other doctor for any reason because they don't want you to get a medication from somebody else. Now that makes sense to a point. Here's where it doesn't make sense. You tell me I can't go to a marijuana doctor because I can't have both things, right? Yet at the same time, you only prescribe me one medication. I also take muscle relaxers. They don't prescribe that. To which they then told me to go to my PCP, for anybody that's out of state, or if that's not what they're called all around the world, primary care provider, regular doctor, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You can get the script from them. Okay, so why is it okay for me to go to my regular doctor and get a prescription for muscle relaxers for something that you're not treating, but you will not allow me to go get a fucking medical marijuana license, even lower my pill intake, and give me the option to have a fucking safety net for when I can't afford the weed or there isn't any to buy legally? That makes sense. But no, it's all fear mongering. If you're a pill short, we're gonna cut you. If you piss dirty, we're gonna cut you. If you don't show up, we can call you at any time we want for a random pill count or a drug test. Whatever you're doing, you better drop that shit because you need to come in here. If you don't come, we're gonna cut you. If you leave the state and don't say anything to anybody, we'll cut you. Basically, it's like being on fucking probation, except you're in with a goddamn doctor. I don't understand. It's not right, and there are changes that need to be made to this fucking system. Now, I know nobody important is going to be listening to this, and what I mean by anybody important is somebody who can actually make changes. I don't see what the harm is. If you're going to be monitoring everything I'm doing anyway, what difference does it make if you allow me to use a little bit of weed? The counter argument to that, in case you're wondering, was, well, the problem with that is we can't monitor exactly how much you're using. Okay, then explain to me how you're writing medical marijuana licenses then. How are you doing that? Because you can't monitor, remember? So how are you doing that? You trying to tell me that you are trying to say that you can't check a dispensary underneath my name for how much I bought and paid for? You can't have me bring in my weed to show you what my daily dosage is? Through a piss test, you probably can't tell. All you can tell is that it's present in the system. How far in the past that is, they can't tell, which is one argument for under the influence while driving is a problem, because if you smoked 28 days ago, it could still be in your system, which they could consider you being, having a DUI, being under the influence, even though you might have smoked damn near a month ago. Average is weed stays in your system for a month. But it's all fear-based. You won't even give me a consultation to go and see another doctor to discuss my options. If I do that, they're gonna cut me. They're forcing me into a fucking corner.
Under Section 37B of the contract signed by him, it states quite clearly that all offers shall become null and void if, and you can read it for yourself in this photostatic copy, I, the undersigned, shall forfeit all rights, privileges, and licenses herein and herein contained, etc., etc. Fax mentis incendium gloria culpum, etc., etc. Memo bis punitor delicatum. It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Where it's you take these drugs that we're giving you, or we can take them away from you. Now, from what everybody's telling me, possibly you will withdraw. I mean, I don't understand. I understand, but I don't understand. Like, it might not be as bad for me as somebody who's had an addiction or takes, more than prescribed dosage or whatever, but I don't get that. It doesn't make sense to me. It sounds to me like it's a very lazy way of thinking. And I think we need to change this. Look, I'm all for, you want to put your hands in my bottle, that's fine. You want to piss test me to make sure I'm taking my pills, that's fine too. A lot of doctors opted out, spoiler alert, of prescribing narcotic medication because insurance companies don't really cover piss tests. I get a fucking letter in the mail once a month with a bill for $1,500 because that's what it costs me for a fucking piss test in my doctor's office. Insurance is not covering that, and I sure as fucking not paying for it, so I don't know what is all going on with that. But the point is, I'll agree to piss tests. I'll agree to pill counts. But come on, dude, this is for the betterment of my fucking life. I don't want to waste the precious time that I fucking have wondering if there's a safer and better alternative out there for me. Because then if you tell me if I go into the program, or you can go into it, but once you're into it, it's going to be very difficult for you to get back on medication. And then in the same sentence tell me that there have been other patients who have gone into the program from the pills but go back to the pills because they can't afford the program. Make up your mind. Now everybody I tell this to tells me I have a shitty doctor and I need to just change doctors, which is easy for you to say. When people look at you, they don't see what they think is a junkie in front of them. Look at my fucking face, man. Look, I know what I am and I know what I'm not. One thing I'm not is stupid. Okay? I know what people see or what they think that they see when they look at me. I'm beat the fuck up. I get that. I understand. I don't look great. Trying to convince somebody is difficult, especially when you can't prove that you're actually in pain. This is something that I'm gonna need to do this. I have an appointment on the 14th if I didn't already fail the piss test that I took for this month because of the CBD, whatever the fuck I smoked. And I say whatever the fuck I smoked because I don't know what the fuck it is. It looks like weed, smells like pine sol, and it doesn't get you high. So it has all the symptoms of what I would assume CBD would be, but I'm not sure. I want to get it from a dispensary. Especially since, dude, hold on, I gotta pause this music. Even though you can't hear, I got Shine the Life playing right now. And I can't concentrate when I'm listening to that gangster shit. You know what I mean? That guy is fucking serious, bro. You don't want to fuck with that cat. The album is crazy. But anyway, dude, fuck that shit. Whatever it is that I smoked, that is not CBD, dude. I was talking to one of the, my old neighbor, Ren. I was talking to her, and I brought it up, like, dude, because we always exchange information about CBD and shit like that. And I told her, like, dude, I smoked this shit. I sent her a picture, and yeah, I was like, dude, it made me sick as fuck. And she was like, no, dude, I smoked it too, and the same thing. I got, like, super sick. Her husband was about to call poison control because she said she turned so white it looked like she changed races, which is fucking hilarious, but it's not funny that it fucked her up. But dude, I've never felt a migraine like that before in my life. When I tell you, if you could take the effects of cocaine and turn it into a migraine, that's what this was. My head hurt so bad that my cheeks and under my fucking eyeballs were throbbing in pain, fucking throwing up, shitting every 5 minutes, quite literally. You know, just horrible time, dude. So I'm gonna have to go through a dispensary. We're gonna figure it out, and the drug test should be coming back on the 14th, so I'll have to update with that. From the research that I've done, it seems that they're using CBD as an aid to wean patients off of prescription narcotics like what I'm taking. I don't know if that will work for me, though. I would like to think that it does. Everybody and their mother swears by CBD. I don't know though, dude. I need to know for myself. Not everything works for everybody, so I want to find out. But I'm afraid that if they cut me and I can't afford the weed, like the license was $150 every 3 months. That doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're left with not that much money every month, it's a big fucking choice to make. And that doesn't include the price of the weed. Okay, the price of the weed is what the street value was back in the early 2000s. 60 for an eighth, which is 3 grams. I think 160 for a quarter, which is 7 grams. And then it goes up, I would imagine, if we're going on that scale, I would imagine minimum a half would probably be 200, and which would be 14 grams, and an ounce of 28 grams would be 300, somewhere around there. Now these are just rough estimates. Now I know through the new medical marijuana law, they're forced to put down on a website what their product is that they're carrying, but they don't put a price tag, because if they did, they wouldn't get you through the fucking door in the first place. And that doesn't include taxes also, by the way. So now I have to find out what is $100 worth of weed gonna get me. How long is that gonna last me? I have no idea. Bro, I don't know how much I could say legally and what I can't. Hypothetically, let's say I would buy an ounce a month, and I'd probably go for fucking at least 2 grams a day, depending on how severe the day was. So I don't know what this shit is gonna do for me. Now, supposedly, they have certain strains that are made specifically for certain shit. Pain, muscles, headaches, but I'm not sure. So this whole thing is in a limbo. I don't know what to do. Everybody's telling me to just get off the pills and just do it, but I don't know if I can. I'm scared. Okay? I said it. I'm scared. I think I should be. I think anybody would be. I don't pay anywhere close to that amount for the prescription. I'm paying pennies on the dollar for the fucking pills that I'm getting. Pennies. And I'm gonna have to forfeit that to put all my money into marijuana. And it doesn't even include getting to the dispensary. Or if there is a delivery system in place, how does it get to me? Where does it come from? Who handles it? Try to do a Google search on this shit. You won't find anything except the same stale articles going over the same shit from 4 months ago. Nobody has information. So I'm thinking, the lady that I just saw this month, is one of the lead people in the practice. She's not, they're all not. They're all hard asses, basically. But I'm gonna try to talk to this other person, and I don't know. I'm gonna ask them to allow me to go for a consultation, at least to let me talk to a fucking weed doctor, not one on their fucking staff. Somebody else that may or may not write me the script and the fucking weed, and work with me to treat everything. That's what I'm gonna try to do. But this whole thing is based out of fear. They're trying to keep me. It's almost like intimidate. It's almost like entrapment, kind of. Like, every time you go to leave, they
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
They put it's gotten to the point where every time I go to this doctor's office, I have somebody with me. Because the last time I went in by myself, that lady tried saying I had methamphetamines in my system, which is fucking bullshit. Now, I don't lie here. I don't fucking lie here. If I had meth of any kind, Adderall, whatever, I would fucking tell you if I did. I for sure didn't. I'm not an upper dude. Never have been. I don't like, it makes me nervous. It makes, like, I'm getting itchy because I'm panicking just talking about it. But this is something I have to do. I'm embarrassed by this whole thing. I'm not comfortable talking about it. And I'm not really sure what the outcome of releasing this is going to be. I don't think I should, because all it's going to take is for the wrong person to hear it. And then I could be banned for life because of their interpretation of something I say. So, with that said, let me shut the fuck up and we'll throw this thing in the vault for another time. Even when I feel confident enough to release it, I'll try to work on a better ending. Hopefully we'll figure this shit out, man. Either way, I know some of you guys will be here for the ride with me, so at least, while I may not be able to help you directly, maybe where your country or your state is different than where I am, at least you'll be able to see the steps of how all this shit goes and what does a person in this position do. Because I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel, man. I don't have to, there's no need for me to lie to you and try to pretend like I'm doing better than I am. We get by. That's just what we do. We always have. Sometimes it seems almost impossible that we even manage to do it, but somehow we do. So hopefully, whatever that's worth, hopefully it helps you wherever you are.
I prefer weed.
Listen, weed has never been a problem to nobody. Yeah. Unless you go over the fucking top with it and you fall asleep at work, or, it affects drug tests. I've never even considered weed.
To be anything.
Like anything. Since I was a kid, my godfather smoked it. Yeah. And nothing happened to him. He would giggle. So wait a second. You're telling me that something that makes you giggle is bad? He would giggle.